out of the woodwork and say no, he wasn't. The money from Ridgewood or from Yorktown, we had discussed moving some of it over for Riverwalk Phase 1B. If that's not where you want it, it was approximately $700,000. Then we'll have to readjust. But that was to help pay for part of the second part of the park.
I'm still at ease with that.
Right.
Let's talk about it another time.
Sure thing. I just didn't want you all to be surprised.
I'd be okay with that.
Since that's moving forward.
Yeah, because that's going to put a destination down there.
Yeah, we've already committed to that.
Yeah, so I'm good with that.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I do. Recently, a lot of requests have come up to use council chambers for non-city sponsored events. I would like to limit the use of council chambers. I don't want it to start to become an auditorium for all uses. It is a great spot, but I kind of consider it somewhat of a hallowed ground, like a courtroom used for council. So if you all aren't opposed, I am going to ensure that most non-city sponsored events are handled at Lakeside or some other community area, not necessarily in the council chambers.
Jake, can we discuss a little bit? I know we have an election coming up, and we have had at least 2 requests, if not 3, maybe, for use of the chambers for the candidate forums or debates, if you will.
Right.
And did you approve 2 of them?
I haven't approved any. They got scheduled, and now people are starting to approach me, and I want to. I'm afraid that once we open up the floodgates, everybody will want council chambers for whatever they want it for, and everything that comes with that.
I know in the past we've always, during election cycles, we've done the candidate forums here.
Right now, the chamber has a candidate forum here.
Okay.
That's already scheduled. It's been advertised.
Yeah.
And the HOA, the Alliance for Homeowners Association, is having a forum here. I would like not to extend the invitation to media, to anybody else that may be coming in, and to utilize Lakeside. I understand it's election. I understand it's for the community. Okay. I just prefer not to have it here, but to have it in another community area.
We have done them here in the past. I wonder if we can, accommodate those 2, and maybe even permit the use of to televise them. Is that something that
I'm not inclined to use city assets, and I've already said that in the past for election type things.
It would be a benefit to because there's a lot of our residents aren't going to be able to come here for the forum, but it'd be nice if they were able to.
It can be recorded by the host, by the chamber, by the HOA Alliance. Atlantic High hosted that one. I think the REC did one at Stonewood that was recorded by somebody. I don't want to get into the business of using city assets and paying the city money for that. If you all decide that it's more beneficial, then we'll get our video guy in here to do it. But right now,
it's been a long-standing tradition. I don't know how you feel about it. I mean, it is a public service information.
There are a lot of. Go ahead, Margaret.
I believe you've got some regulations on the use of the POG TV. And I believe that regulation indicates that it's not for any kind of political purposes.
Okay, well, if that's part of the regulation.
If that's written in stone, then okay, I'll agree with it. But I think in the past they actually did use them, I believe.
I think they've used council chambers. I don't know about POG TV.
Okay.
It was done in the past.
Yeah.
Yes, it was done.
Yes, it was.
So what's your pleasure? Let's move on. I mean, I would. They need a place to have a forum, but I have to agree. this sometimes isn't the best place for it, but, we do have other options. Used to be they had them in churches, we had them in lots of different places.
And I'm not saying, it is a benefit to the city. I would love to open up Lakeside, and provide it. If you would like to provide it as a service to the community and waive the fees, that's your option to do.
We can do that.
I'm about preserving the council chamber.
Okay. So Lakeside I'm good with that. Are you?
And the one person that's inquired, that we have already earmarked Lakeside for that person should they want to hold a
So
forum.
it's Lakeside that you've already,
We've held it for them pending this discussion.
okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I definitely want to have a venue for them.
We are
for the
not
forums to
denying
have.
them a
So,
venue.
I mean, I'd kind of prefer it here, but it's the will of council. I'm one vote on this council, but and you're saying that the POG TV is not permitted for that. So
That's my
I got to go with the legal opinion of the attorney on that one. It would be great to have that service, but if it's not permitted, it's not permitted.
Don,
As a candidate, I'm going to refrain from participating in the conversation.
Bob?
Just getting a sense that this city is becoming decreasingly transparent. The more we can put out public information to the public, the better we are as a democracy. And I am disturbed by recent trends over the last couple of months of increasingly, and this is just another step in the less transparent. Let's make it a little difficult, more difficult to give information to the public. I'm not in favor of politicizing it. I wouldn't want to politicize, but I am certainly think it is of public interest to our representatives, to our public, that they get some idea of who's running for office and where they stand. Other than that, I don't know where else they can go. And POG TV was wonderful for that because people could watch it at home. I think it is critical that if we're going to maintain our democracy, and we're losing it, slowly but surely we're losing it, we're going from a democracy to a cheerleading section. And for them to listen to what the candidates have to say is really important. And, I think it's important in a representative democracy that we give as many opportunities as possible to do so. I just see this as a step backwards.
Hey, Bobby, just so I understand, Bobby, you're referring to the not being able to put it on POG? Okay.
Okay. It's funny because at the last council meeting, we got accused of doing things and nobody commented on them. Did y'all pick up on what was said? We don't react to that. You can be accusatory out there, and we don't say that's not true. And so we sit up here with our mouth shut, trying to be, and it's just difficult sometimes. I say set them up over there, as far as I'm concerned. If they want to televise it, put it on streaming, find another way. I agree that people should get to know the people, and I don't think they do. They have to know the facts. They also have to know the truth. And what's going out there now is being accusatory, which is not factual, in my opinion. What's going to door, and the comments that come out that I hear back are not pleasant. Having said that, anything else?
So we're going to set them up in Lakeside, give them access to the community services there. I understand that for the gentleman that belongs to the media that doesn't have a relationship with the city, we're going to waive the fee and allow that as a public service.
Is this the guy from New Smyrna?
I don't know where he's from. Alan,
Allow it.
So
Henry Frederick?
Why don't we have a motion?
yes.
Let's get a motion.
So that's it.
Somebody get a motion. Somebody make a motion.
Motion to approve the use of Lakeside Center for the candidate forums.
And waive the rental fees.
And fee waiver.
Okay.
As long as it is open to all the candidates for offices in Porter.
And all the public.
And all the
And,
public.
candidates and
All that's
public.
not,
Okay.
it's basically a nonpartisan in that.
Absolutely. I
Gives
concur.
everyone access.
Yeah, so
We don't waive
invite
the
the mayor
fees.
candidates as well as
Let's-
District 2
I
candidates.
just want to clarify, do you mean all Port Orange City
All
Council
Port Orange
candidates?
County.
Yes.
Or
City
we have Port Orange School Board candidates